When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com.
And now,
everybody, it is Friday. Thank goodness. Hey, Chessie, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, Wayne. Candace, somebody else came in. I just missed them. It went by so fast. How is everybody this morning? Alan, good to see you. If you would please retweet. A lot of people aren't getting notifications and et cetera, et cetera. So, how is everybody? Thank you for inviting people. Hopefully we'll get people in on Friday, up and moving. Good morning. I'm doing a little better. Good, Chessie. Good to hear. Hey, Faye. Good to see you. So what's everybody up to this Friday morning? It's Open Option Friday. We can talk about any subject and every subject, depending on whether people show up or not. Now it's finally Friday. I know. Hey, Beck. Good to see you. Wayne, now it is Friday all day, thank God. Hey, Casa. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Good morning, Lynn. Hey, Nikolai, how are you? How is everybody? P.E., good morning, I think. All these numbers and letters. Wonder what all that means. All right, so as you're inviting people in, I know there's a suspicious package in Parkland. I saw that. Looks like a regular package sitting on the sidewalk. I'm sure it's probably going to get blown to smithereens, but it didn't look ominous. Hey, Thomas. It just looked like a package maybe somebody had left. Maybe somebody stole off of somebody's porch. That's probably more than likely what happened. I don't know. But we'll see as time goes on. We shall see. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit to you in Proverbs while people are coming in still, hopefully. Hey, Steve, how are you? Okay. Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. He who is surety for a stranger will suffer, but one who hates being surety is secure. A gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. The merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. The wicked man also does deceptive work, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward, as righteousness leads to life. So he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. All right. Oh, I see other people who are going to different conferences today. They're giving me messages about that. Hey, Daniel, I think they're just trying to bring attention back to Parkland. Probably, Chessie. Coming out of my cry room to listen in. I'm so glad, Patrick. Hey, Teresa, I guess I saw your message. It's about a bomb. It never is. I know, Wayne. I think they're just... Oh, gosh, we got bots again this morning. Yeah, before we get started, just a reminder, My Ears Are Not Like Yours, available at Amazon.com. Again, for all those people who want to give a great positive message to children and encouragement, this is the one to do it. Again, My Ears Are Not Like Yours at Amazon.com. For those that may have not been here yesterday, this is one of the lavender cuddle pouches. It has a nice white comfy lining inside. It's very, very soft and cuddly. Your dog or cat will love this. Yeah, copy me again, bot. There you go. And another one, this is a mint green with a pink lining inside. Again, very, very soft. If you're interested in that, just go to AbbybellPetDesigns.com. That's ABBYBELLE, petdesigns.com. Were you saying that to me? Yes, Teresa, I was. I saw your message pop up where you're going. So, So what did everybody think about the verdict yesterday for Bill Cosby? Hey, Donna, good to see you. Fabulous Friday. Hello, Jerry. My putt would love. I know. You know, Lynn, again, if you don't like the colors I have, I can make whatever color you like. But these two, again, the mint green and purple, they're ready to go, ready to send out if you want one of those. So up to you. But I really do take people to the fabric store. I can just give you a photo of some fabrics I put together, and if you like them, then we go with whatever you like. Yes, no collusion. The House Intel completed their report. There's no collusion. Surprise, surprise, surprise. But of course, the Democrats wrote like a 99-page thing saying, report saying, oh, they didn't go deep enough. The investigation didn't go long enough. Although I think they interviewed 73 people, as I recall, in the House Intel. They went through 308,000 pieces of information, but of course that's not enough. So Mueller was pressured to end investigation. No, Mueller hasn't been pressured to do anything that I know of, Jerry. Hey, Chimmy Mom. So, again, will Mueller, whatever you want to call him, will he end the investigation? Well, the New York Times just had another article that came out this morning saying that female attorney that's met with Donald Trump Jr., sorry, that now she's saying, well, oh gosh, I really was connected to the Kremlin. So, this is just something to keep the investigation going. So we can say, oh, wow, see these people really lie. They are connected to the Kremlin. There was collusion, blah, 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 blah. It's just ridiculous. Rudy meeting with Mueller is curious, though. Well, yeah, I was talking about that yesterday, Jerry. I felt that probably Rudy was saying to him, hey, look, we need to get the country moving again. This is keeping things bogged down. And gosh, you really wouldn't want them to talk about other things like, oh, I don't know, uranium-1, trying to give Mueller an indication that, we'll go after you if you don't drop this, saying it in a way so that, they wouldn't be accused of saying it that way, because that would be obstruction of justice. Just like Comey, who was on, who was it, with Brett Meir, whatever his name is, Brett Baier. There you go. Yeah, I think everybody else's volume is okay. Is everybody else's volume? Can you hear me all right? Beck's saying it's going up and down. It may be on yours. I'm not sure. I'll try to speak up a little louder just in case. But yours is okay, Lewis? Hey, guys. Hey, Lee. Yes, it's okay. Good volume. Okay, perfect. So, Comey going on with Brett Baier and saying, gosh, I didn't leak anything. I just gave a piece of information to my friend who just happens to be somebody who's worked with the FBI. I mean, that's not a leak. I mean, it's just amazing how this guy is just so unbelievably left-leaning that he can say and do whatever. Yeah, I guess, Beck, it's not going up and down for anybody else. You might want to go out and come back in. Hey, Marlene, Comey doesn't understand leaking. No, Chezzy, he understands leaking very well. Here's what Comey understands. Comey, hey Danielle, is like Bill Clinton when he said, I didn't have sexual relations with that woman. Hey Noel, he did have sex with her, but not in the way that he thought it was, should be the definition. So that's what Comey is. It's the same thing. The leaking is leaking to him is taking stuff and giving it to somebody that you don't know, or giving it right to the press. I didn't leak it to the press. No, you gave it to a person that you worked with in the FBI or had some connection to the FBI that you knew was going to leak it to the press. You didn't, but he did, and you knew he was going to. But it's the definition again that Bill Clinton would have used, and Bill, I'm sure, would have been very proud of Comey for saying it that way. And so that's what we have going on here. I mean, it's just the most absurd stuff. He told them to leak it. That's right, Chezzy. But that's not the same as him leaking it. See, you got to watch the words. And Comey, it's the attorney speak. You got to watch the words. Every word has meaning. Comey's a phony. Yep. Comey is a liar, a leaker, and perhaps a criminal. If we, yeah, sneaky leaky. There you go. Oh my God. It's nothing, is too low for these people to go, hey, Rhonda. Splitting hairs. Exactly, Rhonda. But it's attorney speak, Rhonda. That's exactly it's what it is. Comey showed memos to 3 people, 2 lawyers, and the professor who gave it to the newspaper. Yeah. Classified information that he gave, yes. All the reports say classified information. He knows what classified info is. Now, Jerry, don't be too quick about that, because remember, Hillary didn't know what was classified or not. So you can't make it, just assume that James knows. And he says those notes were his because he wrote them. I know, exactly. I hate to tell Comey this, but when you work for people, when you're at an organization where let's say you have a secret clearance or whatever, stuff that you write as a part of your course of your employment belongs to your company. So he's going to have a little hard time with that. Right? Play dumb like dead possum. Yeah, exactly. And then leave it up to the Democrats, the Republicans, Jerry, then to find out, is the possum really dead or not? Should we go there or not? I have a feeling, yeah, we never investigate libs, Rhonda said. That's true, Rhonda, we don't. And I really think that that what's going to happen is that Giuliani went over, talked to Mueller. Mueller may eventually drop everything, and then we're going to drop everything. Like it with a stick. I think that's kind of what's going to happen. I don't know that we're going to go after these people. Yeah, poke it with a stick and see if it's dead. Giraffe Man is a snake. Golly said. Oh my gosh. He is, it's really frightening to look and see just how corrupt FBI and DOJ, maybe CIA and all that really, really is. It's, as all of it comes out and we can see how corrupt it is, it's shocking. Very shocking. He's a swamp rat. Yep. He is a swamp rat. They come in all different shapes and sizes. He proved that. And I think that his book tour is getting him more in trouble than he's going to end. Well, again, if we went after liberals, then he would be in trouble. Is he going to be in trouble? Are we ever going to do anything with Comey? I think he's betting we're not going to. We may get McCabe. I think that, we're kind of hanging on there. I don't know if we're seriously going to go after these people. I just think that, like President Trump tried to do when he got in, let's put all this behind us and let's move on. He may not want to wrap the country up into another investigation, although he has been saying, he's been criticizing Sessions for not doing it quickly enough. Depends upon what the IG says, Marlene said. Yep. Comey was for sale to the highest bidder. Of course, Rhonda. Ugh. It's so funny, but Comey reminds me of a little schoolgirl. He really does. And to think, and no offense to little schoolgirls, but to think that this man was in charge of the FBI is laughable. It really is. He's like a tender flower when they talk to him. It's crazy. I just don't understand how he got in the position that he was in as the FBI director, and how did that happen? Good Lord, I don't know. Hiding behind blue curtains, I know. Must be. Maybe he has his own special cry room or cry closet that we don't know about. Comey and Stormy have a lot in common, Rhonda said. Yes, they do. They both sold something in exchange for money. Yes, they did. And they're both proud of what they do. So, there you go. I think selling books are great. I think selling garbage in a book is not great. And I think what Comey sold went far beyond his book. Yeah, I know. Little flowers, Jules. How are you? The irony of life. I know, 6'8", and he is just as precious as he can be. Bless his heart. I know. It's laughable is what it is. He's up for Best Comedy and Supporting Actor Academy Award. I know. He really ought to be. he and Hillary should really win. They should be up there together. Sunflower, maybe. I think Sunflower's too tough, Beck. I would say something softer. Comey sold his soul. Yep. Yes, he did, Rhonda. But I think he probably sold his soul a long time ago. Comey reminds me of John Boehner. They're both kind of the same people. People only buying book to be nosy. Yeah, I know, Lee. But except for the left, and they love it. Petunia Comey, best supporting actor. I know. Unbelievable that this is the shape that we are in. This is who we have. Pansy. That could be. Pansies are delicate, right, Marlene? Little pansies with little petals. Her and him, he big and tall tour. The big and tall tour, yeah. I think that's what he's on now. He just doesn't know that's what it's called. I'm sure he's very fragile about what people are saying about him now because of a lot of people not believing his story. Driving Miss Comey. Hill and Comey. Boy, the Hill has become such a left-wing website. I mean, it really has. I think over time that it's just gone woo right over to the left side. And Newsweek, I've seen some people quoting Newsweek. It's like, please don't quote that left-wing rag. They are just amazingly bad. I know, what a rag. Good morning. Hey, Junior, how are you? Shops at Big and Tall Liar Store. Comey should have been a librarian. Yeah. Or at least gone undercover as one. Fragily. Hey, Noella, how are you? Yeah, he really should. He's just playing victim. Otherwise, he is at least complicit. Yep. I'm good, love. How are you? We're fine, Junior. Thanks for coming in on Friday. We haven't had a lot of trolls this morning, which is great because Friday they usually just keep coming in. Friday is basement cleaning day for most parents, so we usually get the trolls in pretty soon. They just make a run through. Comey and Crooked, Hillary will be librarians in prison. Yes. And, Junior, it will be difficult to check out a book, I'm sure. There'll be a lot of rules connected to it. He could have reached the top shelves, Daniel said. Yeah, he'll be great. But doesn't it make you think Cosby going to prison? I have a feeling that Bill Cosby, he's got probably about 2 years. Yeah, trolls aren't out of bed yet. He's got 2 years for that whole appeals process. What's the deal with Stormy videos shown to girls in school? I know, Alan. Yeah, some teacher in New York decided to show some pretty risque videos to some girls, and gosh, surprise, surprise, those girls are the teacher, is on leave. A lot of people are thinking that the teacher should be in prison, but I don't know. I didn't see the videos, but I can tell you what, that teacher would either be gone or my kids wouldn't be in that school if I had kids in that school in the first place. He's just, it's just amazing that teachers would even think about doing that. Yeah, you should see it. I think the New York Post had the article about the teacher who did that. But as I was saying about Bill Cosby, I don't know, he's 80 years old. He's got 2 years for an appeal. He may pass away within that time. It's scary how people can hide such darkness. I know, Daniel. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Pretty sick. But I don't know. Bill Cosby yesterday didn't do himself any favors by, speaking out in court, and calling the prosecutor an a-hole. I might have a moment of anger and rip that teacher a new one, Alan said. Yep, 30-year sentence. It's a possibility, Jerry. Too many educators are propagandists for liberal agenda. Yep, they have been, Rhonda, since the early 1900s, that people just don't want to become aware of the fact that there are progressives in the public school that have been working to get your children since the early 1900s. Just goes to show, don't put people on pedestals. That's right, Marlene. Exactly. Don't put your 100% faith in any man, woman at all. Watching Bill Cosby yesterday, you can see that there's another agenda afoot as always, and that is Gloria Allred talking about the Me Too and what a victory this was. I kind of look at it different. I see it as a victory for the victim in this instance with the Bill Cosby case and the other victims, but especially for the one. I don't see this as all men are bad, Me Too, and on and on and on. Yeah, not even Dr. Huxtable. Got bumped off, going to use my iPad account. Okay, Candace. I think that the other people coming after this, the other men who are going to be involved, like Weinstein, it ain't going to be pretty. Just drumming up business again. Yep, that's exactly right. She doesn't really give a hoot about them. Do you think he put the Quaaludes in Jello pudding? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. But he did admit to doing that, so. And, hey, Carol. And right after after that, out comes the information about Tom Brokaw. Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un signed an agreement pledging to end the Korean War, and all it cost us was some tweets from President Trump. Yep. The North Korea and South Korea, all of that, even the South Koreans are saying this was all made possible because of Donald Trump, but we don't have time to talk about that on CNN. Hey, Barbara, Cosby is one of the biggest disappointments of my life, Carol said. Bill, the spokesman for J-Lo. It is now, that's for sure. Busy day. Cool. Hey, Lambo Ted. What happened with Tom? Oh, well, in case you didn't hear, there are new allegations against Tom Brokaw now about inappropriate touching and harassment back in the 1990s. So he's in the hot seat again. Or not again, but currently. So he denies everything, but does that really help anymore? I mean, I think you're getting prosecuted in the public venue as a public court of opinion, as we saw with Ronnie Jackson. So I don't know that it's going to matter. It's amazing how, again, 1990 and now we're coming out with it now. Yeah, the suspicious package has been opened. What did they find out that it was, Candace? Is that past the statute of limitations? I don't know what's going to happen. For criminal, it probably would be, Rhonda. Depending on what state and all that, but I don't know. I haven't a clue. Candace said. Yeah, it kind of depends on what each state is and what it says. And do they really care, Rhonda? I think the point is everybody's getting on the Me Too wagon. Linda Vester is a credible source, in my opinion, Julia said. Yeah. And she says, too, Julia, that there are other people that can corroborate it. So that's going to be, bad for him. Because they're saying that there are other women who saw it, other people who, watched it. I think a producer. If she can produce those people, then Tom Brokaw's in a lot of trouble. I just don't know why people... most of these women have said, I did it because I didn't want to lose my career. While I understand it, it makes it really difficult when you put your career before doing the right thing. Came on to so she said she called them. Came on to so she said she called it. One she called, Barbara, that she said, but I think some other people actually witnessed some things. She said one producer something his jaw dropped or whatever. So, who knows? Again, if it happened, come forward. I wish you would have come forward a long time ago, but I get it. I like the fact when they have actual witnesses to the thing. Good morning, Donald. Never compromise your dignity for a job. Exactly. Brokaw was most powerful man at NBC. I get it. That's true, Julia, and she probably wouldn't have worked again. Hey, Richie, how are you? So that probably would have been the case. Hey, Wanda. So I get it, but I mean, when you're no longer working there, then say something. She called her friend, so okay, so what? It was then, not now. You are not hurt. Geez, if you went a club, same thing. Yeah, Barbara, I get your point, but it's kind of like, at your job, you should be able to go in to your job and not have somebody with their hands all over you. In the words of the Ohio players, money, 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 money. Yes, Patrick, could absolutely be the case. Yeah, I kind of go back and forth on that and how I feel. Again, I think you should be able, hey Richie, you should be able to go into your job and not be harassed. Like I said, I just wish people would have come forward sooner, or if when she was no longer working for NBC, then immediately go and say, look, the reason I didn't say anything is because I was working for NBC at the time, and I knew that I'd never work again. That it's that whole thing with the mainstream media and the political atmosphere. It's a cult like atmosphere, it sounds like, and a lot of these things where people don't feel safe to go out and say anything. And actors and actresses too. Hollywood's like that. It shouldn't be that way. Those were the times of you cannot blame a man for trying, and half the women were sleeping to the top, Barbara said. Good morning, Wanda. It was a different time. It was. And, it's sad that it was ever like that. It really is. I was harassed in my environment too. Waiting so long hurts them, but being intimidated into silence is part of the abuse. Yes, Julie, it was and is. As I said, though, when that happened to me, I went to my boss, and unfortunately nothing was done. Oops, gotta go. We'll rewatch Susan, and everyone have a great day. You too, Donna. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. And again, everybody's different, and I think if she can prove it, Tom Brokaw, Matt Lauer, and Charlie Rose are all a-hole, karma getting them. Sorry, it's sad, but it is what it was, and was what it was. Barbara said, the women I know would not put up with it and would say something immediately. Me too, Patrick. Same as big business, even if you move to another employer labeled as a troublemaker. That's true. A lot more so like that, Rhonda, back then as well. Because, you could call up and your employer could say, yeah, well, that person is kind of a troublemaker and don't believe what they say and you probably don't want them. That used to go on too. And I do think, women have a good opportunity. A lot of women have been victims in the workplace and beyond. They have a great opportunity to find justice here. But let's find justice not at the expense, and I'm not saying they're doing this to the perpetrators, but not at the expense of painting every man as a villain. And I'm afraid that's kind of what is being portrayed right now, that all men are pigs and that they can't be trusted. So, Susan, I have to get ready for work. Have a great weekend. You too, Junior. Thanks for coming in. So I just think, we need to watch that. I think also the Me Too movement could even go beyond like what the feminists did. Start your own business. There you go. Big brown dude. God bless everyone. Thank you, Junior. God bless you too. Men are tough, but women labeled as bees. Yeah, that's true, Rhonda. I don't think there should be a label either way. Hey, Dixie Doodles. Happy Friday. Yeah, I don't think there should be a label on women being, one way or men being the other way. I mean, let's start looking at each individual rather than judging an entire race, an entire gender, that type of thing. Let's destroy everyone now, yet a top-rated show was Mad Men. I never watched the show. I don't even know what that's about. I don't watch shows, series on TV. I think they're mostly garbage, so I don't watch them, so... Yeah, supposedly with Tom Brokaw, too, they're saying there are multiple women. What, judging by the content of the character? I know, Richie, I know. How could I think that way? Sorry, stupid work got in the way for a minute. Carol, tell them you have other things to do, okay? They were sexist men in the 60s and 70s, Barbara said. Yeah, I don't even, like I said, didn't even watch it. I know, Brandon's probably not here today because of work, and it's like, come on, just tell work. Look, you got better things to do. I agree. I knew men in business who refused to be alone with female coworkers for fear of accusations. And Rhonda, that also, because of the fear of accusations, I own a small business. I'm the only one here at the moment. Oh, cool. then you can just tell yourself, Carol, you got other things to do. um, One of the things that was so bad is that men, like men would go on to lunch and take other men to lunch, but they wouldn't go to lunch and take other women because they were afraid of that exact thing, being accused of something. And so basically, when I was in the business world, it hurt me because while the men got to go and talk to the boss, I didn't get to do that. I know, I can understand it too. Men have to be careful. Women need to be careful too, Rhonda. Let me just tell you. There are accusations that can be leveled against women. And women, if they're guilty, they should be just as, punished as the men. So I think, again, as we've talked about this before, there's an easy way to avoid all this, and that is keep your hands to yourself. Learn to control yourself. I mean, it's easy. Doctors too, yeah. It's funny because I think, Beck, you said that about the doctors being in the room. There are some times that I've been examined by a male doctor and there's no female in the room. It's a little bit kind of disconcerting, but no, we don't have people in our scope like that. That's disgusting. Block that person with the foul mouth and brain, if they have a brain, I guess. Slap them, knee up, report them, and move on. Yeah, I think today, if you report somebody, you get a little bit more result than you did. Like I said, I reported my boss to the superior above him. It did absolutely no good. But, that was then. This is now. So I think it is a little bit different. And I think it probably the way women handle it's a little bit different. They invited followers, watch for trolls now. Yes, Jerry. I know. Those people, I don't know why they come in with those names and why they spread their garbage. It's just terrible. If you guys could please retweet this, we're at the halfway mark, which I can't believe that's happening so fast. Confessing, for my 24th birthday, I had a male stripper. Well, you were 24. Why did you know? From Pax River, Maryland. Hey, Greg, how are you? Where is that near in Maryland? Thank you for sharing, everybody. Yet I get timed out for, I know, you can't say that. You have to say Bob's. To each his own. Now, Beck, if you were running for president, that would be out in the public eye. We'd all get to know it. We'd all get to talk down about you because of it. Blah, blah, blah. It's so crazy. People's careers, character assassination being played out in the public every single day. I was glad to see that Pompeo got confirmed yesterday. There are pics too. Oh, wow. Well, that's it. And false accusations, yeah. Like I said, a lot of the veterans with that Ronnie Jackson, they were hoping that he would at least have a hearing and able to defend himself. I totally agree. And I think that the Democrats who put all that information out, once again, ought to be ashamed of themselves. But of course they're not. They will do whatever it takes. Those on the far left, whatever it takes to get power and control back in their hands. I can't imagine having my secular past in the light, Teresa said. Gosh, I don't know. Yeah, I think that almost everybody has something in their life that they wish they hadn't done or feel sorry about it now. It's part of growing up. So, near Great Mills, where the school shooting took place, east near D.C. Oh, okay, Greg. Huh. Love D.C. looking at the cherry blossoms. That's about it, though. Far left aren't even on the board. Yep. My whole teen years, Rhonda said. So the caravan is shortly supposed to be here. Hey, Brandon, we were just talking about you. I said probably work was keeping you from being here. I'll be back. Okay, Candace. Arnold. Just kidding. I had a discussion with somebody yesterday, and this will probably not surprise you. they were trying to tell me I needed to vote for Travis Allen for California governor. He's a Republican running right now against, it won't be Jerry Brown, but it'll be Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, he is as far left as they can go. Yeah, you saw that, Richie. He's as far left as they can go. And, I mean, there is no farther left than you can go. Let me just say that about Gavin Newsom. Also, his past isn't so great, but it's his past, I guess. And so, you know, whatever. Anyway, I said to this person, I am going to be voting most likely for John Cox because right now he is ahead in the polls. He's like number 2 behind the top leading Democrat candidate, which is, yeah, I know, surprised the Democrat with a shady past. I know, Rhonda, but for now, there's no farther left than Gavin Newsom. And so John Cox right now is in the number 2 position. That hasn't happened in years to have a Republican in the number 2 spot. If you want a Republican in California ever again, you're going to have to vote for the person who is ahead in the polls. Now, if that changes and it's Travis Allen, I'll vote for Travis Allen. If it doesn't change, it'll be John Cox. And so trying to sit there and tell me that I need to vote for Travis Allen, you know, again, and I've said this before, those days are over. Right now, I'm trying to save California, and I'm, you know, when it comes around to it, I'm going to try to save the Republic, okay? And I may have to vote for somebody that I don't want, because that's what the reality is. And if and when we can change that by getting rid of rhinos, getting rid of the Democrats that shouldn't be in office, then, yeah, California does need saving, Jules. And you're not going to do it by sitting there, oh, I love Travis Allen. I think people love Travis Allen because maybe he's a good-looking guy. You know, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if he has 4 eyes. I'm going to vote for whomever it is that's going to get me a Republican in governor in California. Yeah, I like Travis Allen, but as a moment, I'm afraid John Cox needs my vote. Exactly. And whoever, you know, whoever's the front runner, that's who I'm going to vote for. Period. Because if we don't, and here's what's going to happen. There are going to be people who, if John Cox is ahead, they're going to say, oh, I love Travis Allen. I'm going to vote Travis Allen. They're going to split the votes, and we're going to have a Democrat. We're going to have Gavin Newsom in as governor in California. That's exactly what's going to happen. Hey, Georgia, it's a shame, but people never learn. I know, 4 eyes. Yeah, Teresa, I don't even care. I mean, seriously, I don't care what he has or anything else. Yep, me closest one to win. Exactly, Wanda. The left are so far out there that an independent can run and be considered GOP. I know, Rhonda. Gavin ruined San Francisco as mayor. He will do the same to the rest of California. Yes, Nikolai, absolutely. Well, yeah, like voting independent. And it's like, I'm sorry, but right now, independents don't have that much power. And if you vote independent, you're just splitting the vote, taking it away from the Republicans. And I know people don't want to hear that, and I can appreciate it. But the fact of the matter is, it's just reality. And when and if that reality ever changes, I'll do something else. But that's not the reality now. And, you know, unless God tells me to do otherwise, I'm sticking to my plan. Kicks me out and then have to come back in, you are only one. Yep, I know, Barbara. My goodness, if all of California were to be like San Francisco, I know. That's what's going to happen. If you want to see how bad California can get, spend about a couple of days in San Francisco, learn all about San Francisco and all of their policies. Yeah, you have friends who voted independent for president. Yeah, well, luckily that didn't harm us this time. But that's what the rest of California will look like if the left is continued to do what they want to do. And that's what the rest of the nation will eventually look like if these people keep getting a stronghold. I mean, it's just reality. That's all it is. And all I'm trying to do is to slow down the takeover. Eventually, you know, as we read in Revelation, it's all going to fall apart. It really will. But I will dig my heels in as long as I can. And then, like I said, unless God tells me, no, I want you to vote for this person, do this, do that, then my vote, I'm going to vote that way because I'm trying to save the republic. Look for flip in North Carolina House and Senate. Dems are fighting to take over, Brandon said. Amen. It's all we can do. I know, Rhonda. Besides praying and going in and voting like that, right now, that's all we can do. Listen to Susan. She's smart. She's informed. Big win in California. Pray, people, pray. Thank you, Wanda. Absolutely. We are living in crazy times for sure. Yep. Gavin Newsom was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle from Fox News. Greg, who wasn't married to Kimberly? I don't even know how she found him attractive, but okay. And I'm not saying he's not good looking, but my gosh, everything that I've ever heard about him, how could you be attracted to that? I guess if you are a total liberal, that would be very attractive. I know, Richie. Oh my gosh. But I mean, he is just unbelievably so far progressive liberal. It is just, I can't name another person who is as a progressive left wing as he is. More exposure of Dem crooks will help elections this year. The thing of it is, Lynn, if we can get that information out there. Yeah. But right now, with Facebook closing everything down, conservatives, or come to downtown LA next to Little Tokyo to see the future of California. Oh, absolutely. Yes, that's a good point. Very good point. Can't say, yeah, no, you can't say that, Rhonda. That'll never work. Hey, Lisa, thanks for sharing. I didn't see you come in. So, I don't know. Again, reality, the reality that we're facing today is different than the reality we faced even 5 years ago. And it is changing rapidly every day. Her comment about shaming was moderated. Okay. Got caught up in yard work. Now, Lisa, you can't let important stuff get in the way of important stuff of coming in here. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Is your basement door open? I think so. North Korea leader is still a horrible human being, even though he wants to talk. Yeah, and Brandon, he is, a lot of people think that he's just biding time. Okay, getting ready for customers, so listening. Okay, Barbara, sounds great. I think it was great what happened between North Korea and South Korea. Don't know how much of it is real. I'm going to wait and see. I could have used the excuse to stop sooner. I know, Lisa. He's gone, Lynn. He had to go back to his basement. Mommy left the door open. Mommies and daddies, when you're cleaning the basement, don't forget to close the door so that things in the basement don't get out. Yes, he may be trying to get South Korea to join him in World War III. I don't think that, Rhonda, but I think that he may be. Kim needs money. Sanctions are hurting him now. That's true, Brandon. It's a good start to get everyone talking. Yes, Chicago Pops. And I think also they want to go ahead and declare the war over. That war in 1953. He needs his cheese. That too. Got to get going. Trump's 2020. Thanks, Wanda, for stopping by. Is that who you are talking about, Donald? Okay. Who's Donald talking about? Jackson Lee. Friday basement clearing. I'm telling you, you got to close the door behind you, though, before you let anything out. Kim has an underlying motive. He sure does. Thoughts on Comey on Fox? He just lied his way through it. Doesn't even know the definition of leaking. Claims he didn't leak. That type of thing. I didn't watch the whole interview. Xbox paddles were charging. That's probably true, Cully. Probably true. That's a good one. I like that. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. I don't know if you heard about this morning in China. There's incentive for Kim to be a superstar celebrity. Yeah, that could be. I'll just call you Care because I can't. You haven't been in a while. I can't remember your name now. You see, this is what happens when you don't come in often. Then I can't remember your name. too many people. Too many. I think I'm doing pretty well in the names I can remember. Hopefully, someone in North Korea removes Kim. I don't think that'll happen, Daniel. I just don't think that'll happen. It's too risky. What's going on in Denver, Colorado? What was it in Denver, Colorado? I did hear something, but now I can't refresh my memory. Susan, you amaze me with names. Rhonda, I try. But, like when you see so many names popping all the time, and a lot of times they're not the names that they really are, their profile names are different, it's sometimes hard to remember. It really is. Gathering red shirts. Huh. I don't know. Yes, something. Big protest about what? I have no idea. Is it Antifa? Only China could remove Kim. There you go. That's true, Cully. Oh, protest for teachers' pay in Denver. That's right. Just the same as they had in Arizona. They were going to go out too. Brave move with North and South Korea. At least they are talking. My dad fought in Korea, says it's a smokescreen. Yes, Lee, I believe that too. School teachers, yeah. Yeah, I believe that he just trying to, maybe he's like back there making the nukes and stuff like that, trying to take his time so that people won't come in and they won't want to come and see what he's doing and all that. Meantime, he's playing footsie over here, being really nice. Oh, everything's working well. And behind our backs, he's, still creating a lot of nukes. So if the in Korean War, what will happen to the soldiers? Same thing is happening to them now. They'll just do something else, I guess. At least the mountain collapsed. He can't test. That's true. Or at least not there, Marlene. Maybe he can find another place to test. Just like Iran. Exactly. Arizona has cut a lot of programs in schools, Rhonda said. Will U.S. soldiers pull out, Brandon said, of South Korea? I don't know. I mean, we seem kind of friendly with South Korea. I don't know. We should pull out, but they seem to be able to handle it without us. But we do a lot of exercises with them, and I don't know what will be the justification for us staying in there. Phoenix streets were red. Wow. My daughter's social worker lost job due to budget. I wouldn't be surprised, Rhonda. They cut the government jobs. Let the South Korea handle the DMZ. Yep, demilitarized zone. Merkel is coming, feeling the cool breezes. Beck said, we can't trust Kim. And Teresa, I think that Donald Trump knows that too. We need a presence there, Marlene said. Yeah, they probably will stay. I would think for a little while anyway. Just because, Did anybody see the tweets or the text messages back and forth between Strzok and Page? I've been reading some of them, and I don't know. They've redacted so much on the left. You can't tell if she's talking, if he's talking. Merkel wants to talk trade because her country needs money to support its migrants. Oh, yeah. 30,000 troops in South Korea. They will stay just like in Europe after World War II. Probably, Patrick. China is taking over the South China Sea. We need to keep guard. I think his goal is to be accepted as a leader. If he gets that without nukes, it'll work. Yeah, could be. I don't know if you heard about what happened in China this morning, and apparently they have a real problem with this. I'm just kind of getting wind of it. I don't know if you guys have heard, but a man went to a school, and there were 19 children that he attacked, and he stabbed 7 of them to death. So, I don't know. China's getting a real problem, it seems lately, with stabbing people. Don't know what that's all about. Yeah, but 7 teenagers are dead. I know. The knives. I know how horrible. It was a group, I guess, of 19 people. They were on their way home from school. School was out. I heard China has threatened to sell off U.S. debt due to tariffs. I've heard that threat. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's why London banned assault knives. Exactly, Richie. Where did Antifa go? I think they're still there, but not needed as much right now, Lynn. China is not our friend. See, banned knives again, like UK. Yep, so sad. Need more knife drop boxes in the boxes there, Cully said. They'll be putting up those boxes probably really soon. Back to the basement, Brandon said. Yeah, I mean that's pretty horrific. And again, that happened, and I'm not seeing that being reported anywhere. Not too much. Safe zoned, yep. And apparently the Syria regime, it said, a bombardment killed 17 civilians in South Damascus. Any news on Alfie? Alfie's parents have basically come out and they're asking everybody to just please sort of go about your life and just, thanks for coming out, thanks for protesting, but just kind of go about your business because they're going to go ahead and do what the UK hospital wants them to do, and they're not going to try anything else. So I don't know what that means for Alfie, how soon, how quickly he'll be dead. I don't know. I was listening to somebody else this morning. I can't remember who it was. I was watching something. Oh, I remember. It was on Fox News. And they were saying that a couple years back, there were parents who, like the same thing happened. They were told they couldn't leave, but they got out, got their kid out. The kid was going to be, allowed to die. And 5 years later, the child is still living. So, it's very sad. It's very sad when a government tries to play God. But this is exactly, if and when, and we know someday it will, but if the republic falls, this is what you can expect. You can expect doctors, the state, and the court system telling you what you should do with your own life, your children's lives. This is what the state-run government looks like. It's exactly what abortion has created, Rhonda said. Yep, I'd get him out of the hospital, then make a break for it. Probably wouldn't get far, Jerry. I mean, in the reality of the situation, you wouldn't be able to get far. Loss of life or value. And they're saying that Alfie has a terminal illness, but it's odd that they're saying that. And no doubt, maybe he does, but it's odd that they're saying that when they don't even know what it is he has. The left only cares about anything but gun violence. Mass murders only matter when guns are involved. That's true, Richie, because otherwise it's just natural for them. They think playing God's okay. Okay, will they kill the parents to stop them? I think they'd probably arrest them, Barbara. I think they would put them both in jail. Thoughts on China's social score system? Mark of the beast. I don't know too much about that, Brandon, if you have any information on that. England state-run healthcare dictates level of care. Yep, I don't understand why anyone can prevent parents from taking their child. Well, Ron, it happens in the United States, too. It happens in the United States that they won't allow you to take your child out of the hospital. Some other information has come up since we're talking about children. There are approximately 1,765 children. Yes, seriously, Rhonda. Children who are missing now. The illegal immigrant children who came here, they were placed in different homes in different places. They're missing. The DHS has no idea where 1,765 illegal immigrant children are. What do you think about that? Yeah. How do 1,700 children go missing? Yes, exactly, love. Where do you think those kids are? Child trafficking? Good point, Candace. To be fair, government making healthcare choices and banning us from leaving the country is foreign to us. Well, it should be foreign to us, Richie, but it could turn quickly. Look into China's social score. Okay. Trafficked or parents found them. I don't think the parents were here. Sex trafficking. Yep. Disappeared into the woodwork. Yep. It's funny how foster children disappear. Probably here in New Mexico. Could be Patrick. It's funny how children just disappear so easily. Children in foster care, children that have come over illegally. So sad. Yes, Rhonda, it is so sad. You know, Don, Ben's never been available. He's really busy, so I don't know if we're ever going to do another VOP segment. Like, in what are you talking about, Don? Just talking to them, interviewing them? Is that what you're talking about? That would be good, kind of maybe to catch up on them and have them take us around the camp, let us know what's going on at VOP. Okay, so let's see. There's an LAPD officer who was charged with attempting to transport two people into the country illegally through the immigration checkpoint. Anyone watch Hank Johnson talk to Diamond and Silk? What a dumb individual. That was horrible, Brandon. Yeah, he was really making it out like they were doing something wrong. Our grandson has such a blessed life. Wish other kids were loved so much. So sad. I know, Rhonda. It's too bad. I mean, there are some people who, they're poor kids. That's all I can say. There's a lot of people that I've seen in the foster care system who want to bring the children in and try to give them a better home. And then there are people that I've seen in the foster care system who bring the children in because it brings them money. And that's not good. Children deserve to have a great life. Who's next at NBC? Is that what you're saying, Brandon? Yeah. David Seaman said sealed indictments are now 23,000. Lots to do with child and sex trafficking. I've thought of fostering, but it's also scary. Yes, Rhonda, if you foster, you're taking on a lot because those children, unfortunately, have a lot of issues, and understandably so. But you got to be really prepared if you decide to foster kids, what you're taking on. And if you have other children around them, I personally wouldn't suggest it. And that's not to say that foster children are bad. They have a ton of issues, understandably so. And you've got to be very well equipped to deal with that. And I would say, if you're thinking about doing that, I would take some courses and stuff like that. I would only foster dachshunds, Bob said. Dachshund Dad said. Hard cases in foster care, yes. Amen, agree. Oh, brothers so abused. A lot of them are. I knew one kid that I was seeing, he had been in 65 foster homes. Also thought of adoption. Rhonda, same issues there. Too scary. Yep, very. Did you read about the couple from Guinea that had a slave from there for 16 years in Texas? No, I didn't see that one. Not surprising. I mean, good Lord. I think if we knew, again, half of what we know, a little bit about the darkness in this country. I think if we find out more of the darkness, I mean, how much more that there really is of the darkness, it would make your head spin. I said 65. Yes, Lee. 65 foster homes. And, a lot of it, he would get into foster homes, he would start fights, he would steal, he would do whatever. And again, understandably. We had friends, took in a teenage boy, he trashed their house. Yeah. God must cry daily. I think it probably is more often than that, Rhonda. That's why I don't trust neighbors, Lynn said. I feel for these kids. Like I said, I a lot of times those were the people, the at-risk kids that I dealt with. I love them. I understand them. I made progress with them. Oh my God, that is horrendous. No wonder these kids have issues. Oh, absolutely, Lee. That's why, when these kids go into regular schools, teachers don't understand. Well, why can't they just sit down and study? Like, as I've said before, you go through a life of hell and then you find out how important studying is for you. Neighbors broke into my home. That's terrible, Lynn. Sometimes I wonder how many children are chained in a closet. So sad. Yep, Teresa. I think you would be shocked. Sacramento Bee reporting a partial DNA match with an unidentified relative of Joseph James D'Angelo on a genealogy website led to his arrest. Yep. Have a great weekend, everybody. You too. Thank you for coming in. We're almost out of time. I tell you, the hour just goes so quickly. Hope you guys have a lot that you're going to be doing this weekend. I'm probably going to be mowing my lawn. A social worker daughter, Desiree, works daily with those kids. She's been attacked. Yeah. Blessings, shalom, Teresa. Yeah, Rhonda, luckily I was never attacked, and I work with people who are a lot bigger than me. I think, you have to understand them. They have to have respect for you. And it's a very iffy, scary situation sometimes. So you have to really take care of working with people like that. And bet you have a lot of troubled memories from the courtroom. Yes, Lynn. I do. Thanks, Susan, for another great scope. Yeah, God bless those at-risk kids because they didn't ask for that life. They were handed that life. And pray for them because they have a horrible life for the most part. Hey, Patrick. Adios, Patrick, I should say. Thank you, and God bless you, too. All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you back on Monday. Your scope needs to be longer. Rhonda, I would lose my voice. But anyway, you guys, you never know. I may come on tonight, and I'm saying that because it's true. I may come on and do a night scope. So we'll see, all right? So take care. I'm going to see if I get booted again. All right, Candace. All right, you guys. God bless. Take care. We'll see you soon. God bless you guys on Facebook, and God bless you guys on YouTube. Thank you for sharing, everybody.